This one for love, for mothers that's grieving. It's for that dreamer in that class that's underachieving. It's for believers who...
Welcome to the Detail Athlete. This is your host, Daniel Carr, and today we have another special guest in the building. He is a graduating class of 99 from North Augusta. Went to Lander, graduated. He's now a coach, mentor, teacher. We got Sean Mims. What's going on, Coach? How you doing?
Everything good, man. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So I mentioned that you were a graduating class of 99 here from North Augusta. You're from here.
Yeah, I'm from here. Yeah.
From here. Talk to me a little bit about how you were brought up in North Augusta and your morals and how just pretty much how you were brought up.
Man, again, thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Born and raised in North Augusta, man. My mother, she had 5 kids. Rest in peace, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Just my morals based on the background from the church and just being good to people.
Absolutely.
That's what we were taught. Be good to people. Treat them like you want to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
Use your manners. And we were disciplined. Right was right, wrong was wrong.
Absolutely.
People don't know this. I grew up in an extended family.
Okay.
At one point in time, we had grandma, granddaddy, mama, auntie, brothers, sisters. But that's what my granddaddy had, built the legacy on.
Yeah.
What he was able to earn and own.
Right.
Was able to be part of it. So then just going through North Augusta, just making sure education was a big part of everything. Mm-hmm. Do your schoolwork. My grandma said, get your lesson.
Yeah.
And then
no selling thing.
and then you go to school, make sure you don't embarrass me, yourself, or or the family.
Absolutely.
I made mistakes. I really did. But I learned from them. But things like that at home that I took with me as time went on. And again, my mother introduced me to basketball.
So your mom?
Yeah, my mom, because like I say, my older brothers played sports. But me going to games, me sitting on the couch watching basketball, watching baseball, different sport, I was sitting beside my mom. And if you know anything, the Braves were popular to that generation. So just going up watching the game, Michael Jordan, stuff like that. So just being introduced to a lot of different things by my mom and my family. Yeah,
and so what age were you when it was introduced? What age was hoops introduced to you?
I knew I wanted to hoop at 5, 6 years old.
Yeah.
Just being for the neighborhood.
Makes sense,
we live in the cul-de-sac, so that everybody came to hoop in that cul-de-sac in front of my house. So you hear basketballs.
Yeah.
And again, my brother playing in North Augusta. Mm-hmm. On Sundays, they open the gym with the older guys. I go in there, watch them play, shoot around on the side because I really couldn't play.
Yeah. Finally
got a chance in the circle to shoot ball with the older guys. Just learning how to play because I was smaller than them.
Yeah.
But, 5 or 6, and then watching Michael Jordan.
Yeah, the TV.
Can never beat the bad boys.
Yeah.
Sitting beside my mom, and I miss a funny story that they lost to the bad boys and right before going to the final.
Yeah.
And I went in the bathroom, I was crying. My mom said, what are you crying about? I said, Michael Jordan lost. They can't beat the Pistons. And I'm like 8, 9 years old. So it's 8 or 9, 90, my time right. So just knew right then, man, it was a big part of it. A big part of it. I just wanted to be, a part of basketball and sports.
Right. So I want to take a step back because I know me and my brother talk about the importance of young kids playing in the parks, playing with the older guys. And you said that's where you learn how to play the game, playing with the older people. Yeah. You understood that if I played a certain way, not necessarily putting the ball in the basket, making the right pass, playing defense, these are what got me on the court and kept me on the court.
Yeah, for sure.
I kind of want you to talk a little bit about that because I think there's a disconnect now with our youth where they don't play in the parks no more.
Yeah.
So then by the time they get to you in high school, middle school, and obviously we're going to talk about AAU, but they don't really know how to play basketball. They think it's all shoot threes and turn around while the ball's still in the air like Steph Curry. And it's more to it than all of that. So I want you to kind of talk a little bit about, in depth about playing with the older guys in the parks and at the school when they did open runs and how much that elevated your game.
Well, I wasn't going to out-athlete them.
Yeah.
I was going to be more physical.
Right.
My shot was going to get blocked. So what I had to do, I had to move around and get a feel for the game. So where can I get my shot off without getting blocked?
Right.
Just watching the game, moving out the ball, passing and cutting,
Absolutely.
you know, setting screens. So doing the little things to understand, like, okay, if I do this, I create some space, get my shot off.
Absolutely.
I didn't necessarily need to score.
Yeah.
Because I had other guys on my team to score. So it's more so like, okay, play defense, hustle after the ball, and then you got it, make the pass.
Right.
And then as they move, you move, catch it, and take a shot before you get blocked. So that carried with me, and that's how I was brought up. So just living in North Augusta, we played in our neighborhood.
Right.
And then in that circle, then as we got older, middle school, shout out to Curtis Wheeler and his family. When they moved from Savannah, his dad actually took the gravel backyard. They moved to the house and turned it into a driveway / basketball court.
Okay.
He got the dimensions and put the lines down, which is still there today.
Right.
So we go shoot ball there behind the 3-point line and everything. And then, you know, obviously later on the rec center came to North Augusta, but we were still playing outside.
Absolutely.
And then got a chance to, again, hang with my brothers as I got older, go to the city court in North Augusta from the police station. So I just had to find a way, you know, to get on the court. And it kind of taught me how to play, but also taught me toughness. So I learned how to do a lot of things besides scoring.
Absolutely.
You know, besides dribbling. And that taught me that. So once I got older and got my skills evolved, I was able to put that together. So that allowed me, even in my age now, to survive playing basketball because my IQ level, you know, is higher. And just understanding, like, okay, if I want to be on the court, I could do a little bit more.
Absolutely. So
now, even in my coaching, I understand that part of the game. Like, hey, it's more to the game than scoring. Because just say, for instance, you are better scoring than me, but I know I got something to add to the game.
Absolutely.
You know, so you know, my hustle, my movement, and what I do can impact the team. So I can get more time, and you can get more time. Our team can function. So stuff like that. So it really helped me, and I had fun. You know, I used to get fussed at when everybody used to go to the rec and play ball. But, you know, Curtis and I, a couple of friends, we still go play in the backyard. We still go down to the city court. And they'd be like, Coach, that, you know, Mims done went at the gym. I said, we still was hooping, though. So, you know, eventually we started moving to the rec. So now, like I said, I tell you, in North Augusta, we had plenty of places to play basketball.
Absolutely.
You know, we had plenty of places, but inside, with your rec center, then outside, like the city court, you know, places like that. So Thomas Park. So we played basketball enough in our neighborhood to learn how to play. And they were just, last thing, we learned how to be competitive. Like, everything mattered. Like, you know, in the park, and when it's packed, especially like on a Sunday. Sunday and Mondays at the city court, throughout the time, man, it's packed. So you got to get down there. If you win, you on the court. If you lose, you wait for down. So that competitive nature is like, you know, I need to be try to get something done. So that really helped me be a competitor.
Absolutely. And I know to add to that, man, obviously on this side of the line, obviously we're all South Carolina. Y'all North Augusta. Graniteville, Clearwater, the Valley area. We had 421 here in Decatur, and same thing. Sundays we're getting out there about 5 o'clock. But we're there till like 2 in the morning. And if you lose, you're probably going to sit for a long time unless you're just one of those, like, rest in peace Corey Wade. Like, he's one of the ones, he lost, he obviously
somebody gonna pick him up.
But that's how I learned how to play the game, planning the parts. Like you said, I want to be part of the winning team, and don't let us losing it be my fault. You know what I mean? Because I'm taking bad shots. I'm not passing the ball. I'm not passing and cutting and things like that. And you talked about it building a toughness. It's a certain toughness that don't get it mixed and screwed. Now, like, basketball is a tough game.
It is a tough game.
And it is a physical game as you move up levels.
It is.
Some of the things that I learned out there in that park is what made me be so tough on the court as I got in high school, as I got to go to college. Like, that toughness, it don't leave.
And something that's mentally you play through it because wasn't nobody giving you a foul in the park or giving you the ball or helping you up. And even when we played, like, as I got, you know, more high school, I was a little more athletic than some of those guys. But there's no dunking rule. And we weren't playing take back, so you better get it, go back up with it, you know. And like I say, sometimes we used to come to 421 with us, you know, being from North Augusta.
Yeah.
They showed us some love because, again, we, you know, a little rivalry high school wise, but we knew them, so we built some friendship. So we'll go down there sometimes, but just like down there, be a line waiting. Like you really got to get down there and get something done, or you lose. You should be on the sideline fellowshipping or trying to get picked up, unless you one of those guys like Recipe Corps where you get picked up, or guys like I say in my time, guys like Antonio Grant, them guys like, hey, they gonna get picked up, win, lose, or draw.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So, and I had my times where they say, hey, Mims, you know, you want to play again, but far in between, you know what I'm saying, because so many people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, absolutely. Talk to me about North Augusta, man. You get into high school, and obviously you're on the basketball team.
Yeah.
Who was y'all coach then?
Coach Ron Mackey just retired.
Right. After
I think 30-some years. So Coach Mackey was the basketball coach, the varsity basketball coach, and he lead of our program. Kyle Smith, who I think became one of our principals. Yeah. He was like one of the sub-varsity coach along with Wayne Marchand. So, you know, I believe it or not, man, I couldn't wait to play for North Augusta since I was like 8, 9 years old.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you know, my older brother, and then like my cousins, they played from the neighborhood. Then my next door neighbor, so all of them was Yellow Jackets, football, basketball. So I couldn't wait. So my cousin used to come pick me up. His dad come pick me. We'd go to the games on Friday nights, or I ride with the neighbor. Right. So it's like I couldn't wait to be a Yellow Jacket. So when I got a chance, you know, going to my 9th grade year, they took me to camp at Newberry. Okay. Yeah. And I played varsity a little bit going into my 9th grade year. That was a rude awakening, though. It is. It was a rude awakening, the speed of the game. You know, I adjusted to the JV level, but when I got to play varsity, the physicality, because I've been realized I'm also playing against seniors in high school, juniors, you know, guys like that. So I always want to be a Yellow Jacket. And I know one of my buddies like, you're going to play varsity when you get in 9th grade. You're going to play varsity. That was one of my goals. Yeah. Because the recipe is Philip Devine. He was one of the, when he made varsity the 9th grader, and he's older than me, and I heard about that because, you know, he's come to the neighborhood because his grandfather there. Right. I'll go around, it's like, hey, man, you know, Philip made varsity. And I just brag on him because one of the guys I looked up to. So I was like, that was my goal. Like, I'm going to play varsity in my 9th grade year. Absolutely. But being a Jacket, just going to their games, seeing, you know, different things, I always wanted to be a Yellow Jacket. So it was always in me. Right. It's been in me. It's on me, it's in me. So it carried. So, you know, I played JV my 9th grade year. And then my sophomore year, my time to step up. Right. I got a chance. Yeah. I spent a lot of time in the summer getting right because it was competitive. Like we had juniors and seniors who were good. Right. Like college type guys, but I said I gotta make my mark to be on the roster. And I smelled it and got a taste of it going into my 9th grade year. Absolutely. So, but the ironic thing, you know what I'm saying, one morning, early November, going to school, one of my good friends, you know, no longer living, Robert Adams, and a few more guys, we got in a car wreck coming out of our neighborhood when it rained. Right. And we hydroplaned, so I ended up, you know, fracturing a couple vertebrae in my neck. So I missed probably 20 games, and I got to play the last 4 games of my sophomore year. Okay. So we ended up missing the playoff by 1 game. Right. And we was like 17-8, you know? So I took that and then we played state AAU. North Augusta State AAU. We ended up winning state AAU. Yeah. And I got MVP. Yeah. So that kind of, and I'm thinking, I got an MVP over guys like Columbia, Charleston, Greenville. I'm like, me? So they gave me a sense that I probably can do this. You belong. Yeah. I belong. Absolutely. And it just drove us to push more. Yeah. And to sum it all up, my last 2 years of high school, we were like 49-6. Okay. And 2 upstate appearances, 2 region championship. Never get the state championship, but that drove us as a team, as a unit. Yeah. And as an individual to be best, to be the best. You know, I played with some good players too. And I watched some good players, but when we left our legacy, You know, and I think we still. I'm not saying we had the best players in school history, but we had the best team, the best record in our school history so far, standing up. So it just catapulted me, like, you know what, achieve things and leave a legacy.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do it. I said I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it because I'm a Mustang.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't stand the jackets, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
We won a state championship.
You sure did. You sure did.
Yeah, no, I'm going.
But but I would tell you this. That took a lot of whoopings from us to get to that point, and guys like you,
I guess,
guys like you, but no respect, like, game respect game, because I tell you, like, even when you was in high school, like, I watch it, like, yo, and we'll say, like, hey, man, the Valley beating us, or man, the Valley getting better. Yeah, had good players, but that rivalry, you never want to give your rivals that credit.
Yeah,
but credit was credit due, man. Y'all was good.
And I think what's underrated, I think, is the North Augusta Midland Valley rivalry. I don't really think people really appreciate it the way that it should be. Especially football, and I get it because we haven't beat North Augusta in years. Yeah. But you can't say that if you look at talent for talent, it ain't like they're just head over heels better than us either. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just sometimes it's how it rolls, and mentality also sometimes come to play. You lose to somebody so long, it's just like, especially in football. Yeah. Basketball, not so much. I lost North Augusta one time. And that one time we lost, truthfully, I've never been this guy, but we had some calls don't go our way.
Yeah, for sure.
Toward the end, it's like, I'll never forget, Jock did a crossover. Ben Jock just been too fast, tripped over his own self and put the ball in my hand. We go, if they let it play, we get the layup. Now we're up 2. And you know how when we start pressing and stuff, you know how it goes. The pressure, the momentum starts to swing. They call a foul. Beat, and it was just like
momentum shift.
All the air came out of the balloon. I think they ended up winning the game like 4-5, but only lost to them one time.
Yeah, I think those rivalry games is undervalued because people start looking at records, things like that. But in the rivalry game, all the records go out the door.
Window. Yes,
because you know how the rivalry games are. Some of those guys and girls went to school together.
Absolutely.
Cousins.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So all that plays in a part. So we grew up in a part together. We just moved. So now it's like, work is out the window. You got to beat me.
Absolutely.
You got to beat me. You got to beat me that Tuesday and or Friday night, or you got to beat me that Friday night under the lights. You got to beat me, and then we'll go from there. You know what I'm saying? And if I beat you, or you beat me, and that was our only win, or we didn't make the playoff, that's not the conversation.
Right.
I beat Midland Valley, or Midland Valley beat North Augusta, no matter what else happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so those rivalry, bring competitive spirit out of a lot of people. So it was good. And it's still competitive.
It still is, absolutely. Yeah. And it's going to continue to keep going.
Yeah.
So you graduate high school in 99.
Yeah.
You go where after that?
Spartanburg Methodist College.
On basketball?
Basketball.
Okay.
Looking back, again, we talking about the state AAU, got MVP. That's when I really turned it up. Like, you know what? I can really be good at this. Yeah. And then having an opportunity going into my senior year, playing in the Peach Jam.
Okay.
I played in the Peach Jam.
The select team?
It's select team.
Okay.
And I'm just playing against, guys all over the country that are, in my day, you read about it in the magazines or the sports report, or if you happen to get the USA Today, you read about it. I was like, or the Slam magazine, but like, I'm playing against such and such.
Absolutely.
So I really, like you said, we talked about my summers were selfish, and I turned up. Yeah. And I had, we went to camps. Our coach did a good job of trying to help us get out there. So I had some Division I interests. Okay. Has a Division I interest, but my SAT score didn't allow that. And me, I'm like, I should go hoop. I'll pass it. I'll go to school. Never happened. So I went to Spartanburg Methodist. Ended up getting a 2-year degree from there. Had some other schools interested in me. Ended up going to Lander. That's why I finished that. I finished that Lander playing. And then when I got done playing at Landers, I had to become a student assistant, student manager. Right. And then my official graduation, I got a position on staff. Okay. As one of the assistant coaches. All right. As one of the assistant coaches. And then I think that journey right there really started pushing me in my coaching journey. Yeah. To you know, to where I'm at now. That's where it started.
So when did it hit for you? Is like you saying, "Oh, I want to be a grad assistant."
Yeah.
Is that when it hit you? Like, I kind of want to be a coach, or you just doing it just?
Boy, it hit me. It hit me. People don't know this. My first camp that I worked was 16.
Oh, okay.
I worked camp when I was 16. So
right.
It hit me really probably after my senior year. I started high school.
Okay.
And I started seeing some of the opportunity that we were afforded as players, where you saw some college recruitment.
Yeah.
Seeing coaches come in and watch us, Division I, Division II JUCOs.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? I would love to try to help the younger people do the same thing.
Well, absolutely.
So at 18, I took my checkbook out,
yeah.
wrote a $200 check.
Okay.
Entered a team, like maybe 14 or 15 on the team. They had my cousins, some other friends on it. Paid the money. They played in the junior YBOA.
Okay.
Maybe saying the name wrong, but we entered them in a tournament.
Yeah.
And I was our coach, you know, and then Kurt was right beside me.
Right.
And that triggered it. So I felt like I was giving back.
Yeah, absolutely.
So my summer, my freshman year, summer after my freshman year, I worked camp that summer. And then when they had AAU in the spring and summer, I would come back and coach the North Augusta team, because Coach Andrew, who was a coach at that time, believed that in the summertime, you may play AAU with other teams off, but when we get the opportunity to do some tournaments locally, he wanted North Augusta guys to play together. So I coached them. And I never forget going into my sophomore year, and we had some players come on campus at Spartanburg Methodist.
Yeah.
And our head coach will have the players walk people around, show them the campus, sell the program.
Right.
And they asked me, and I was like, this man right here, Coach Garman, I want to be a coach just like him.
Okay.
And I'm 19, 20.
Yeah. So you already...
I already knew.
Yeah.
So my mind was shifting. So from there, camps, different camps at different colleges, camps locally, you know, it just start feeding into the toolbox, little different things. And then got an opportunity when I got an opportunity to get on Lander staff. After being a student manager, from like filming, laundry, you know, things like that, I was like, yo, this is where this might be my niche.
Right.
And the one thing I remember, Coach Evans, Bruce Evans, who was the coach at that time, was like, the guys would go play pickup in the gym.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was like, Coach, if they get a pair of shoes, I want a pair of shoes too. So we get some of these, I get of these. And he brought me in. He's like, your mindset, or you got a mindset of a player, or you got a mindset of a coach.
Right.
It's a little different. Because granted, being a student assistant and then being a young assistant on staff, I just graduated.
Right.
And them guys just freshmen. So some of them guys, if I'm 21, 22, they're 18, 19. So I'm 23, 24, you know, they 19, 20. So the gap is not that much, but how do I establish my presence as more of like a coach authority figure and not the guy to go play with you on your homeboy?
Yeah.
So I took that mentality as like, okay, I see what he's saying.
Yeah.
It took me time to figure out. So then from there, it just, I took that lead and I found that balance.
Absolutely.
I found that balance with it. You know?
Absolutely. So teaching, man, talk to me a little bit about teaching. What do you teach?
I'm currently a middle school social studies teacher.
Okay.
It's year 17, going to year 17.
Yeah.
So July 20th, when we go back to school, I'll be year 17 as a teacher. So I spent the first, say, 7 to 8 years as an elementary teacher. So I taught all subjects.
Absolutely.
4th to 5th grade.
Okay.
And then I was like, I need a challenge.
Yeah.
So that's when I went to middle school and I was able to teach 6th, 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah.
I never thought I was going to be a teacher, because when I transferred to Lander, I was like, I want to be a PE teacher.
The easy stuff. Well,
yeah. But that's all I've known because my coaches were PE teacher.
Absolutely.
Things like that. So I'm gonna be a PE teacher. But what got me, tell you, was the classes I was taking, like the anatomy and those classes. I wasn't interested in.
Yeah.
So when I would study, I study in the morning or a couple of days, but I knew that wasn't the route. Like I couldn't pass it, but I wasn't interested.
Yeah.
So after about a couple of majors, I remember a couple of friends of mine that was like, yo, Mims, there's no males in education.
Still ain't.
I think you'd be good at it. I don't know how they knew. Said, just take one of the classes with us in the summer.
Yeah.
Take one class in the spring with us. And when I jumped in that thing, man, and we was hands-on, the interaction, I was engaged. I said, this is what I'm going to be. This is what I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
This is what I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then my degree is actually in elementary education. It's not even in PE field. It's elementary education.
Right.
So that's what I got my degree in. So.
But you start to kind of see the correlations though. When you say at 16 you work camp, you're like, I want to be a coach right now. To be a coach, especially when you start talking about high school, especially here in South Carolina, you have to be a teacher.
Yeah, for most part, yeah.
But being a coach and being a teacher goes hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get a group. You're going to learn what makes each person in that group tick as far as what gets them motivated, what keeps them going. It's all the same. It's all one and the same. So educators are great coaches and great coaches are great educators. And they're right. It ain't enough. It wasn't enough males then. It still ain't enough males. And then you add the black male into the education. Like, it ain't enough. It really ain't enough. And so I commend you. I took my hat to you for what you're doing. You said you're 17.
Yeah, you're 17. And I've seen them come and go.
Yeah.
Male, female. And I say this because I work with great colleagues. I work for great principals. But in my time as a special elementary teacher, it was a lot of males. It wasn't a lot of African American males in the elementary grades. So I'm a competitor. So when I'm there, I'm a male teacher, in a predominant, I guess, female culture.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, well, everybody asks me, are you a PE teacher? I was like, no, man, no, sir. I'm a content teacher. I teach in the classroom.
Right.
So I took that as a challenge that either one, I'm going to beat that. I'm going to say stereotype because coming out, loving sports, you're the PE teacher. Two, I have to, try to make it seem like I belong there. I got to fit, not to fit in as far as like who I am, but like prove to myself, can I really do it?
Your work, yeah.
Can my work really stand and meet marks and get players better, get students better?
Absolutely.
Can I improve? Can I learn this content? Can I dive into it? Like I break down film in the playbook and do a scouting report.
Right.
Can I break down this content, these standards? Can I deliver this information to these young men and women so they can get it and keep them engaged?
Absolutely.
So I challenge myself. So they move me up to different grades. So I might be in one grade for 2 years. Yeah. I just got the hang of it. Hey, Coach Mill, I need you.
Right.
And then why in my school said I'm Mr. Mims.
Yeah.
So most of Mr. Mims, some of them coach, but it's like, so I challenged myself.
Yeah.
And I just had to find a sense of belonging. Really, can I do this? And, look at me as a male, like you're a PE teacher. So
right.
I really think been doing a pretty good job, as I would say, in this time. Have some bumps and bruises, but we're still ticking with it.
So how did you stay motivated though? Like to wake up every day to be a school teacher? Like what?
I'm a correlated to coaching. I realized players like you, who I was very blessed to be able to coach, you had a goal you wanted to reach.
Absolutely.
You want to be the best player you can be and be able to get to the college level like you did.
Absolutely.
So I had to find a plan to help you beat who you are and what you want to be.
Absolutely.
So every day when I'm in the classroom, I see the potential in that young person, male or female. So I build that plan on what I got to get them to that point.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and my motto's like, we're not losing.
Yeah.
So, and like I say, and like in basketball, a sport, my goal is never going undefeated, but my goal every day is to improve. We're going to improve every day. So it gives us a chance to be successful, to win the game.
Absolutely.
So that's how I look at it. When I walk in the classroom, I look at them young men and women feel like, we got to get better today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there's a potential. Because just like you as a guard, they'd be like, well, he might be too small, or how well does he shoot?
Yeah.
We looking for, a bigger guard. What you can't do
Yeah.
instead of what you're good at.
Right.
I hear a lot of people say, hey, well, X, Y, and Z can't do this, or you got that person in your class? Oh man, I know he or she's a headache, or they're headaches.
Labels.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
we're being labeled again, just like I'm dealing in coaching, the recruiting part, what he can't do.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? We're gonna look in the good of it, and we got to come in and improve on it.
Right.
Play to your strength, improve on your weaknesses.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it, man. And to see a young man like you, college degree, family, but also had success on the court. I run into people older. Appreciate it, Coach Mims. Thank you, man. How you doing? You doing all right?
Right.
A young lady working at the food restaurant. Mr. Mims, I'm about to graduate. And I thank you for motivating me to be better. He was my favorite social studies teacher.
Yeah.
You always told me I can do it.
That's
so I'm like, 7th grade, you hated me. I go 5 years later, I bust in a restaurant. You basically running this thing.
Yeah.
And still able to graduate with a smiling face. You telling me how much I made an impact.
Right.
I gotta find the next one, brother.
It's reward.
I gotta find the next one. And so that's how I stay grounded and look at it too.
Absolutely, man. That's dope. That's super dope, man. And that's honestly, that had me lost for words. That is super rewarding.
Yeah,
when you see it come back full circle like that, I guarantee that's like winning a championship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's super rewarding. AAU. So you hop in the AAU scene and you with the Upward Stars right now. Shout out to Upward.
Shout out to Upward for sure.
And Kurt Willer.
Yeah, always, yeah.
How did that start? How did Upward start?
It goes to that backstory from I was 18, 19. Right. Me and Kurt was together since then. Okay. And that grind just kept continuing.
And it started with Upward?
No. So Upward is fast forward Upward. I was 18 then. I got with Upward at like 28, 29. So we gonna get Upward in a minute.
All right, cool.
It started as being independent. We started doing this, and then when I was at school, Curtis Wheeler went to USC Aiken, so he was still local. So we already had an eye for talent. So we see different talent. We have guys on North Augusta team, but we'll pick up a guy from like Silver Bluff or Aiken, and then start building connections where we may go to Augusta, Richmond County, Columbia County, get a kid, build connection. Then it start in Savannah with kids. Yeah. And I would tell you, like, 2021, we're in 15 passenger vans in Wilmington, in Florence. Yeah. We're in Maryland, Charlotte Weaver at 22, 23. We're flying to Houston at the early age. And we building. And my 5-6 years coaching Atlanta, I couldn't be a part of AAU because the restriction. But Curtis was with Team Truth. They was building an independent team where he was sending, and that organization was sending kids to schools. Yeah. Putting out players. Yeah. Left and right all over the state, across the line, South Carolina and Georgia. Absolutely. And I'll tell you this. And also got a chance in between all that, also got a chance to work with programs like Tops, who were Adidas at one point. Yeah. I got a chance to be on with the Ravens with Deion Bethea. So shout out being a part of Nike. I learned a lot from that. Yep. And being with J7, Jermaine O'Neal, with Coach Lowry and Coach Poole. So I've been in the mix with a few people learning, but I would say my foundation came from us being independent and just learning the game.
Yeah.
We both had a knack for players, talent, but we all had a vision. We all said we was going to be the youngest in charge.
Yeah.
So my last year at Lander, Coach Evans got let go after the conference tournament. So we pull up, so I was like, what's next for me?
Right.
The next day, we had AAU practice.
Right.
I throw I'm back at it.
Yeah.
I'm back at it. And we got a call. Now we go to Upward. We got a call about Upward. We got a call. Thomas Ronslett-Dorman called me, and he actually called Kurt and a couple more people, and they was interested to start the AAU program.
Yeah.
And everything came into fruition. I say this humbly.
Yeah.
One of the originators. Like I said in that boardroom in that spring,
right.
It happened. So
right.
Independent, first 2 years, but we had good players.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ranked in the nation. Guys going to school. Our third year, Reebok came.
Okay, right.
PJ Dozier, those guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great year. And then with the fruits of the labor, had opportunities as far as like contracts, and Adidas came with a sponsorship. So 10 to 12 years later,
now look at it.
we still rocking. So that humble beginning and that vision became what it is today.
Right.
And still working because we still got more work to do.
Exactly. And you rocking with the people that you started with.
I started with, and people don't know this. I'm rocking with people that I've known all my life. Kurt, we're not next door neighbors.
Right.
Like he walks in my house, I walk in, we don't knock.
Yeah, just walk in.
Yeah, we take care of it. And then the guys that's with us, build a relationship with them, over the time. And then even guys who not with the program who still part of our family, like Chris Levin, those guys, it's just something that helped build. And then now you see the kids that we have. And I dare not to say we're going to take all that credit for that because they had good parents.
Yeah, absolutely.
They work hard. Shout out to the high school coaches.
Yep.
Shout out to their trainers. It's a lot of things to go on with it. But our platform gave the opportunity to showcase their ability.
Yeah,
and platform is big.
It's huge.
Platform is big. And I really believe like having that platform and then being seen and playing in front of the right people at the right time, get an opportunity to continue, have the opportunity to further in their playing career, education-wise, and then that jump start there, I say adult life or the young adult life. So it's been real great to still see it going.
Yeah.
And, you see a few guys.
Right.
See McDonald All-Americans.
Yeah, you see them, huh?
You see McDonald All-American. You see all-time leading scorers in their team. You see guys graduating. You see guys now raising families. You see people on TV. I'm afford to maybe call up a person that can come to your game.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, coach. Or you get invited to that graduation.
Right.
Or to their wedding. So stuff like that being rewarding. So I look at it now like, who's next? And what I say about who's next, not only who player I can help next, but there are young coaches who want to get in this business.
Absolutely.
So I try to take some like a mentor role, a consultant role to help them learn the game of coaching while I learn as well. Yeah. I'm learning every day.
Yeah.
So to give that, so as I say right now, man, I'm very proud and humbled by where we are now with Upward.
Yeah.
Man, 3SB and Adidas and the people I work with. So, I mean, we always grinding. So,
absolutely.
Just trying to keep it building.
Yeah, and I appreciate the opportunity to even play with Upward. When y'all came in, said, "Hey, look, we want you to play." Like, I don't really tell the story a lot, but I left. We won a state championship when I was a junior. We won. Yeah. I literally left the state championship, didn't ride the bus back. I was heading to Spartanburg same night, so we could practice AAU the next day or try out.
And this is a true story. That next day, I asked the guy, I said, "Dan, your car coming?" It's like, "Is he coming?" Because like I told you before, it's like you coming over, like that was a priority. Like we gotta, in our state, our talent, a winner. need guys like that in our program. So that's one of my questions. Like, then your car coming. So, and then again, you put those guys together that we have.
Yeah.
And I really believe you guys had good chemistry, had great character. So it's afforded y'all to be successful.
Absolutely.
You know, as a team, as an individual.
Right.
You know, so in the AAU, I tell people all the time, we have to get done March, April, May, July. Build a team, bond a team.
That's tough.
That's in a culture that a high school maybe get a few more months to do that.
Absolutely.
And even if it's a dead period, the coaches probably still can put their hands on it because they're in the same school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we got kids coming all over, so we got to find a way to build and mold right then.
Right.
A culture, a bond, a team to be successful. And when you might only see them Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
On Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And it was tough for our group, man, because I'm going to say for me, because I was the new kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those guys, Brev, Zay, Tay-Tay,
all them guys who already in the program.
They were in the program for a long time, and like they've been playing together. Like a Brev and a Zay. They grew up together.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like I'm steady trying to find my niche. And like I was telling you at the gym a little bit ago, there was some lonely days sometimes. Like just feeling like the newcomer. You know what I mean? Obviously, I love my team. You know what I mean? But it was just the new guy.
Trying to find
my way and also trying to get a scholarship because it's getting late for me.
It's getting late,
but I do appreciate the opportunity because y'all didn't have to do that for me, but I do appreciate it. And I often hit you and I often hit Coach Wheeler like at least one time out of the year. I make it a priority to, even now, I know it's been years since I played, but like, thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I'll always be grateful for that opportunity, and I really appreciate it.
And I think when we try to take our time out of our schedule sometimes to go see you guys play in college, and that was rewarding. Like, hey, you know, call your coach, or hey, man, we coming, or we surprise you. So just see you guys just keep elevating, you know, on and off the court, man. That's really really, really nice to see. And like you said, you ain't got to call us, you got to text us, but for to see y'all guys, you know, match rate in life, man, and still keep in contact, that's powerful.
Absolutely.
Powerful.
So I got to ask this question. Feel free to answer it. Don't answer it.
For sure.
Hit the pass or answer it.
I got you.
Rather you answer it. The NIL, with all the NIL stuff going on, how does it change AAU in a sense of recruitment of the kids? Because obviously with us, we had Dariante, who was what 150. He was the All-American on our team. And I'm sure everybody's had conversations. I'm sure he's like, hey, I went to this school and we had this conversation, this, that, and the third. Now the NIL is here. You're still getting top guys like that upward. How does the conversation now change?
Man, I'll be honest with you. When they cross that bridge, you know what I'm saying, of that opportunity, that is where not only as I say AU coaches, parents, school, we come together and help them with the knowledge to navigate it. To the point where we leave it up to them to make the decision of what they're going to do. And I think that right there, you know, idea, it's going to have an impact on guys recruiting and where they go.
Absolutely.
As it should. You think about a job and, this company here with this opportunity, this company here with the opportunity. I weighed up my options, my pros and cons.
Absolutely.
If this what best for short term, because some guys look at short term. And you look for the both pitch short and long term. This is what I'm going to go with. And I also think, and I say this all the time, your play is 2 P's. Your play and popularity gonna continue to get you, you know, the buck. So it work hand in hand. You play well, your popularity, it goes hand in hand. So I'm in favor for it. I'm in favor for it, but it's gonna have an impact on recruiting. I think as we learn more about it and dive into it, it's about the education step on, so you know the ins and out and what to do from as a person, financial state, things like that, and how all that works. So, it makes everybody grow in that sense of knowing what's going on. So,
because initially when they said it was going to get passed, and for y'all that don't know NIL's name and its likeness, for the college students, college athletes, initially I said that student athletes coming from high school are no longer going to go to schools because that was what they dreamed of. This, that, and third. Now it's going to be chasing bucks. Now you're not going to always get the top kid going to a Kansas or, you know what I mean? They might actually choose like a Texas Tech over a Kansas just because of the money.
Yeah, for sure.
Or Texas A&M for football, Texas A&M over Alabama.
Yeah, for sure.
Because of the money.
Yeah.
You see the kid at Miami going to Miami. Yeah. Was like $9 million.
And I'm a Miami fan, and when I saw it, I'm like,
what?
and and with I'm like, the song say, get paid, young man, get paid. But as a fan, I'm thinking like, you better come in here and ball for my Hurricanes so we can just win some games. So I look at it from both ways, but you got to take advantage of opportunities, and I can't be mad at it because it's like you look at it from a job opportunity, you look at it from a financial opportunity. Who wouldn't do that and take advantage of it? Especially if it's like getting a job or opportunity that's going to for the betterment. Yeah. There's some pros and cons to everything. Absolutely. But you gotta do your homework, do your due diligence, check it out, and then make decisions best for you. But hey, if they want to give you that money.
Yeah, because honestly, like kids are coming from nothing. And we talked a little bit before we started rolling about how we were talking about that freshman curve and how it can slap you in the face. Yeah. For me, it was like, it slapped me in the face a little bit, but it's like I can't go home. I have nothing to go home to. Yeah. A lot of these kids are doing that. So, give them a little bit of bread because guess what? They're changing lives. And they're changing generational lives. Like, it's not just going to stop at, my mom got a house, my dad's cool, anything like that. My brother's good. But, no, my nieces and nephews, they good if we do this the right way. My nieces and nephews good. My kids are good. My kids are good. Sure. You know what I mean? Like, and never necessarily even have to get their name called on draft night.
And the thing is, when you look at it, they can just go play the sport now.
Absolutely.
You hear stories about not enough food, having to call home, borrow some money.
That all too well.
Yeah, you go into your roommate or your teammate room, y'all trying to put money together.
Absolutely.
Now you don't have to worry about that for the most part. And those with the popular like social media, with the TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. It's young men and women, and even older generation. They multitask now because they know if you get in it and it rolls for you, you can make money off that as well. Absolutely. So they're multitasking, and for the most part, still producing on their playing field, getting degrees, and making that money. So it's just what you do in the job. Right. You got to compartmentalize. When you're doing this, take care of that. When you're doing this, take care of that. Right. When you're doing this, take care of that. And they all kind of work together.
Absolutely. So, HoopsEdu.
That's me. That's the brand. We talk about everything else, but that's the baby, man.
Yes, sir.
HoopsEdu, that's the baby.
Talk to me about that, man. How did it start? What is it? Let's start with that. What is it? And how did it start? And put it out there. HoopsEdu, man.
HoopsEdu. It started based on the basketball part of my life and the education part of my life. So you just put HoopsEdu. It started just an idea or just wanting to now take the things that I was able to do before I could start working camps. Yeah. Being around basketball. Right. Training. And using the education and my knowledge about the game, I guess my life experience, to share with young men and women. Right. And it's curated on my couch. Yeah. with a good friend of mine, Brandon Freeman. We're just like, HoopsEdu. We just write stuff down. Yeah. And it became something that We birthed it. We're just gonna work on it. We're just gonna work on it. We're just gonna work on it. Had a lot of help from a lot of people. With anything, you had your ups and downs.
Absolutely.
But when it got rolling, it got rolling, and it's got a lot more to go. So I've been able to, run camps, continue to train, do speaking engagements, and just being around a lot of young men and women, and just pouring into them, but using the love of basketball, that basketball to bridge the gap in generations, mesh ideas together, be unbiased, and just get a smile on their face. They'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna encourage you to use your talent and whatever you do to go. So, when I put the HoopsEdu brand on, it means a lot. It means a lot to me. Any imprint outside of work or upward is HoopsEdu. And been fortunate enough to, meet a lot of people, train good players, have camp consecutively for 10 years. Then the pandemic hit, so that put us on the
stops everything.
Put them to stop. But it also gave me opportunity to grow HoopsEdu in other ways. With the website, small group training, with the virtual, with the merchandise. But also just connecting with other people and learning through that time how to build a brand. Be a better professional. But also how to work smarter, not harder. So, so this past summer, just a couple of weeks ago, we was able to run our camp again. It's back up and moving. Just branching out and just getting more people, involved in it. And it's kind of been traveling. People call me different times to come run their camps. Me speak. I get to travel to different states. So it's humbling. And I tell a lot of people this, it's still surreal sometimes that people call me, Division I coaches, other trainers, professional athletes, like, hey, coach, I want to run somebody. I'm like, you make more money than I do. You on a whole nother level. And I got to fall back and be like, that person values what I got to say. And we were basically learning from each other. So I'm pouring it and then they pouring to me. So I think a conversation on the phone or FaceTime is going to be 10, 15 minutes. I look at the phone, it's 45 minutes to an hour and a half. So those things for HoopsEdu has been able to just afford more opportunities and a lot of things I want to do. And I'll be honest, man, is able to allow me to travel, allow me to be places and be part of things and continue to help other people.
Absolutely.
So it's been great, man.
Absolutely, man. And that's what's up. So I'll make sure to get all the information out.
I'm going to tell them already, if you want to follow HoopsEdu, I got a fan page on Facebook, HoopsEdu. My Instagram is HoopsEdu. Snapchat, HoopsEdu. My website is www.hoopsedu.org. So anytime you look on social media, just look for HoopsEdu. You'll see me. There may be others, but that's the one. So if you coaches, parents, players, organizations want anybody to help be a camp director, like an event director, training, come speak, team training, individual training. You just give me a call or look me up and email me and we'll go from there.
We'll definitely make sure that it's put on the broadcast and we'll get it out there for you. Absolutely. So we're gonna wrap it up like this right here. Been around a long time.
Been around a long time.
About to get a little messy, man. You might get some phone calls, might get some people mad at you. But you got to do it.
Got to do it.
Top 5 players to come through Upward.
Top 5.
Top 5. No order. It don't got to be
no order.
Or unless you want to order.
There's no order. There's no order. You put me on the spot.
Top 5.
Put me on the spot. All right. I'm going to give you this clause right now. I'm appreciative of all of them. All of them are good players. I'm glad I had a chance to coach all of them.
Okay.
But top 5, and if I just put a starting lineup right now,
top 5.
Top 5. No position, just top 5.
Just top 5 ever come through
Okay.
upward.
All right. Take PJ Dozier.
Okay. Solid.
Take Dariante Jenkins.
Solid.
All right. I'm gonna take Miles Tate.
Super solid.
So many.
There's a lot of them.
Give me PJ Hall. You put me on the spot. I'm gonna take PJ Hall.
Okay, I'll take that one.
PJ Hall. And my 5th one, man. Barring the injuries, this guy right here was probably gonna take it through the roof. Give me Jordan Bruner.
JB. Okay.
JB, Jordan Bruner.
Okay.
Now I got a second 5 and a third 5, but you just asked for that 5. And, right there, I'm just picking, that 5 bucks in no shade, no disrespect to anybody else, because it's a lot to choose from.
It's tough. Now you leaving out.
I'm going to tell the camera, I probably should have pleaded the 5th. But again, if you see this, know it's all love. You know what I'm saying?
Well, guess what? It ain't over. It's not over. You know why?
What you got?
Top 5 North Augusta.
Players?
Top 5.
Top 5.
That's a lot of teams now.
A lot of people, a lot of teams.
Come on. Top 5.
No particular order.
No order.
I'm going to go Caesar Grant.
Okay.
I'm going Antonio Grant. I'm going to go Tyrone Walker. All right, that's a big 3.
That's a big 3. That's
big
a huge 3.
It's a big 3. I'm gonna throw a little monkey wrench in this thing.
Okay.
Mari Young lady.
Ooh.
What do you mean? I'm gonna throw her in there.
Yeah, okay.
And just in my time, just being around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm gonna go with?
Who that?
Orlando Jock Washington.
Ah, come on, man. Don't give Jock no love, man.
But if I go and ask some other guys from the older generation, I say guys like Charles Graham, people like that. But just
this is your 5.
Yeah, just my 5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with those guys, and I'm not even in it because I really feel like there's many more players better than me.
Yeah.
So I'm not even gonna put myself into it. But those 5, and I just I threw Marion in there.
But she deserves it.
I'm gonna get 2 other young ladies. I'm gonna say Pam Butler, rest in peace, Pam Butler. I'm gonna say Tiffany Isaac, just from the people I've been around. I mean, they were studs too.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of players at North Augusta that I've played with, played against. I missed, I've seen, didn't get to see. But I think even right now through the pipeline at North Augusta, we got some good young talent coming up.
Absolutely.
And I think the Yellow Jacket gonna keep rolling, man. And
but
you said it though. You said it. We're missing the jury, but we're gonna keep pressing toward it. We're gonna press forward. That's all you can do, man. Because you know how hard it is to win a ring and even try to go back to back, or even get close to getting there.
It's hard.
Like I said, I made it there to the upstate 2 years in a row and sniffed it.
It's hard.
And I didn't look ahead. I was just trying to beat. My junior, I was trying to beat South Aiken. Mm-hmm. And my senior, I was trying to beat Lexington.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, after we lost my junior year to South Aiken, we were riding the bus. And I told my point guard, I said, I'll be back here next year.
Yeah.
That was my motivation.
Right.
So I took it around with it. Just never got out of the hump. But you got to keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a goal at the end, anything you do.
Absolutely.
So,
anything you want to leave us with?
One, man, I'm always appreciative anybody ever asks me about, my journey in my life in basketball, because I really don't talk about it a lot because the humbling thing about me, I really want to make sure the people in front of me able to gain and earn what they need to do. Absolutely. So I do appreciate that. But I tell anybody, man, out there, just keep pushing.
Wishing for love, for mothers is grieving. It's It's for that dreamer in that class that's underachieving. It's for believers whose faith is just keeping them breathing. This is a garden of Eden. This for all of my heathens. Happy moment, happy sprinkled through half of these tragedies. Actually, I just started embracing change. It's safe to say that growth is an uncomfortable process, and pain is a necessary investment for progress. I stress that if you ever get ill or hurt against your will, this one quit for God. This is our test. Yes, this time it's gonna be different. I'ma bless the world with honest quotes in every sentence and get better every moment. Just like my mama mentioned, hard times but never resentment. I stay forever relentless. Yeah. I gotta grind, I can't leave them behind. They said, boy, you the ticket, I ain't talking about fines. I know I'm on the right path, I ain't looking for signs. They say the quickest way to break through is freeing the mind. Man, my goal is perfection, but I may never reach it. It's every man for theyself, watch how you sharing secrets. No, I don't like parasites, I can't tolerate leeches. I get to wear my testimony, I feel like a deacon. The truth is in the fine print, you gotta pay attention. Rule number one, never try to speak more than you listen. I know the biggest thing in life is to stay consistent. That's why I'm working on the present. I know that I'm gifted. I can't give up cause life is a challenge. I got the world on my shoulders, I'm trying to keep balance. No, I ain't never seen the world, I'm exploring my talent. My destiny is set in stone, you can say that it's mounted. I gotta get it, ain't no way around it. That's how it goes, I ain't worried about the coach's pick cause I'm already chose. And God gave me the key to every door that they done closed. I done came a long way from canned goods and pallets on the floor. Life done taught me some lessons. I don't face some rejections. I know that this is my path. No, I don't need no direction. I'm just tired of this stressing. We in need of for blessings. Sometimes I sit and look at my reflection.